What's up, man? Hello. Going alright. Gonna make an attempt or two at clearing this and then play some Atlas Fallen. I do kind of need to finish that game pretty soon. It's gonna get backlogged hard when Breaker comes out. Now, I'm pretty much already at the end. There's just a lot of cleanup to do. Apparently the game didn't have New Game Plus when it launched, which is really weird. I don't know why. A game like that with crazy builds and stuff had no New Game Plus. They fixed that, so I do want to, I don't know how much time I'll have to do another whole playthrough of it, but I do want to try it out at least. Seems like they improved that game a lot. Kind of have to question why it didn't launch in that state, but they did get the mostly positive reviews on Steam after being at mixed for a really long time, so that's pretty good. There definitely will be some people that will pick it up just because it doesn't say mixed anymore. It's that simple. Just make a good game. How hard can it possibly be? It's totally not really hard to make something worth playing. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I've been getting lost a little bit too much, but there's not much of the game left. I'll probably do like 1 or 2 attempts at this, depending on how far this one gets. If this one dies abruptly, I'll try another. Not really in a hurry to finish this game, unlike Atlas, because this is a 30-minute game. Atlas is probably, I think they said like 25 hours to get everything. And this game is nowhere near finished. It's got a lot of work to be done on it. Pretty solid for how early it is, but I don't know how much more I want to really grind hard on this game. Kind of want to wait until it's got more stuff to do. So the only thing I have left to do is... The thing I have left to do in this game is complete Nightmare Mode, which is what I'm playing right now, and then make a build for the Spellblade, but I could, like, pretty much just do that right now, because I have so many resources. I'm not really spending any resources anymore. I went through a big gold sink making this character's build, and now I like don't use that resources at all. And soul gems kind of suck. I don't want those. offerings suck. I think this run's already relatively cooked, so I don't really have a good run. I don't have a good run. Good start. It's a pretty crappy start. I don't think this one will go very far. I don't have any semblance of build going at the first boss already. Try to re-roll a bunch here and hopefully get something worthwhile. Ah, there we go. There's something actually worthwhile. Thanks, game. Could go for another one. I'll re-roll one more time. Make up for all the crap drops earlier. dragon is dead. Not to be confused for dragon marked for death. Early access roguelike with Diablo loot, which I think is the main thing that sets it apart. The combat in this game is just okay. It's definitely not top tier roguelike for combat. I definitely hope that will improve as they finish the game. But yeah, combat in this game it's alright. The main thing that's wrong with the combat is that the dash has a really long cooldown, and a lot of times it feels like you can't clear attacks because you have to wait like a second between each one, and you can get like really just swarmed by enemies. It's like actually the worst thing about the combat in this game. It feels pretty responsive, but I get that they like don't want to turn it into Bayonetta where like the only thing that you do is dodge. I understand the fear of that, but it's a growing problem in action games these days. Like, it's okay to let me dodge more than once every second. And like, if you want the game to be fair and challenging, you kind of have to. You have to let me dodge on a regular basis. Oh, damn, I wish I could get that. That sucks. I don't think I can get any money, can I? Yeah, they only give the dragon crystals or whatever they're called. Yeah, I've already got it paid for. I've even got my thumbnail for the... I've even got my thumbnail for the Steam Deck playthrough. The Steam Deck footage. I've already got that ready. So, I'm all ready to go. The game just needs to hurry up and get here. Yeah, the combat in this game is only okay. I hope that they'll improve it, but... Definitely suffers from, I like to call mobile action game syndrome. They're like really scared to let you just consecutively dodge because they worry that nothing will be able to hit you, but this game goes too far in the opposite direction. It's too easy to get just like totally swarmed by the basic enemies like this, and sometimes you just take damage and you can't do much about it. It's like out of your control. But it is early access. This game's got a lot of content for early access. I think it's worth the $20 personally. I think the main problem with this game is the pixel art is like really nice looking, but it means it's gonna take really long to add new content. We're not taking any shortcuts with the graphics in this game. It's some of the best pixel art I've seen in anything for a long time, but it takes a lot of effort and hard work to make sprites this quality. So I like the way they kind of been updating this game so far, where they like they haven't done a major update yet, but what they've done instead is they're adding new gear to the game like every week or two, which I think is a good compromise. It's like anybody who's not a completely stupid, entitled gamer is going to realize that making sprites of this quality is not easy. But they've done the fact that they're adding new gear to the game is, I think, a good way to keep people playing so that they get feedback. Yeah, probably a big chunk of, like, updating this game is going to be just the pixel art. They got their work cut out for them, for sure. They've set incredibly high standards for pixel art. This definitely won't win my best roguelike award for combat. The combat's just okay. It's the other parts of the game that are really nice. The builds in this game are really fun. It's got a lot of unique ways. Progression is pretty unique in this game. No, it's worth buying. It's worth buying if they actually finish the game, which, as we all know, with early access games it's not always something you can expect. And expect them to actually finish the game. A lot of times it doesn't get finished. Best roguelikes for gameplay, meaning combat, because I play action roguelikes, I don't play traditional ones. I'd say, no particular order, BlazBlue Entropy Effect is pretty much the best action roguelike right now. Mostly because the combat is really solid, and it's also not derivative. Right now, the problem with action roguelikes is they've gotten really stale lately, because everybody's either trying to copy Hades or Dead Cells, but, like, they're all, like, objectively worse than those games, so you just don't have a lot of reason to play them. You know, if you've already put, like, a couple hundred hours into Hades or Dead Cells, you know, playing a clone that's worse in almost every way is just not interesting. It's kind of the problem with just making straight clones of stuff and not trying to do something unique like this game. There really isn't another action roguelike out there like this. This is very unique. Like the Ninja Turtles game I was playing a while back. It's like it's a good game, but it's a Hades clone that's way more buggy than Hades. It's extremely buggy. I've had the game crash, and like there's bugs with the upgrades and stuff that happen like every time. I mean, like, it's cool that it has co-op, but the game is just so buggy. It's like, honestly, I like that game more than Hades, but it's also like the same price as Hades 2. And Hades 2 is a much better put-together game. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to recommend a Hades clone when the Hades clone is far more broken. Turtles, like, barely functions. Calling Turtles a functional game is a stretch. A really big stretch. I pretty much never play it docked. I used to play docked when I would record videos, but the problem with using Steam Deck for recording is that when you put it on a big screen, it takes more processing power. So I did a couple performance benchmarks for Steam Deck games, and it actually ran worse than portable, because, you know, it has to put processing power towards putting it on the screen, and of course it's upscaled. So what I do now for Steam Deck is I use an app called Decky Recorder. What Decky Recorder lets you do is what Decky Recorder is, it's basically like the share button for like PS4. So you can kind of just record something right away and not have to fight with it. See, I don't really use it docked. I do have a dock. I have a cheap third-party dock because I just don't use it. I don't use it enough for it to be worth it. But yeah, for content creation, having it hooked up like that is actually kind of worse in a way. Yeah, it's kind of finicky. It's kind of finicky that way. Like when I was doing the PS3 emulation stuff, back when I first got the deck, I was doing that. The performance was worse when I was recording. And now that I just use the Decky recorder, it's like the actual, it does take a processing hit, but it's better in the long run. I bought that damn reset, I didn't want it. Ah, fucked up the run. I hate that that thing is right there. It doesn't, like, tell you to confirm it or anything. Oh, well, I lost one skill point. That's really annoying. I gotta do this all over again. It's alright. This run's probably not going to get that far anyway. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, the thing about Steam Deck Dock for me is I have no reason to ever do it. I have no reason to do it because I could just play the games on my computer. The only time I ever used it was when I was recording. Yeah, Steam Deck is really finicky with content creation, at least if you're playing stuff that it can barely run. PS3 emulation is a good example. It can do some PS3 games, but it's on a real case-to-case basis. Some of them are really choppy. It's like, yeah, you don't really want to run it if it's going to be choppy. But, like, running it docked causes enough of an increase in processing power that the video looks worse than actually playing it portable. That's a big reason why a lot of Steam Deck content creators, you might wonder why they don't use a capture card. Some of them are clearly successful enough that they can afford a $200 capture card. They're making at least enough that much money off the channel to make that a worthy investment, but the reason they don't is because of the problems I just mentioned. I do think that they should use Decky Recorder more often. I don't know, it's kind of a complicated thing because you want to show the battery life, and also, if you record with a camera, what that's showing is basically how it'll actually run. I actually really don't like the cam videos for the Steam Deck. I understand why, as a fellow content creator, why they do that, but I like direct feed personally. But using Decky Recorder does impact performance. It doesn't really impact performance for me, but it does increase processing power. Like, battery life goes down drastically when you use it. So if you use Decky Recorder, the battery life is going to be inaccurate, because it's drawing more power running the game because it's also recording it at the same time. I'm really tempted to get a Legion Go, but I'm kind of like wanting to just wait until there's an actual generational leap with portable PCs. Because right now they're all Some run better than others, but it's like not enough of a difference. Really depends on what you want to play on it. You know, if you're gonna play like gacha games or Fortnite, Steam Deck is not worth it. A lot of the popular gacha games either don't support Linux, or they take more effort to get running than most people want to put in. So the other portable PCs just run Windows, so compatibility is a lot better. Like for instance, if like you want to play Fortnite on the go, basically you never want to get a Steam Deck. Epic completely bans Linux from Fortnite entirely. You can't play it on there at all. So if that's like your main reason to get one, you definitely want a competitor one. And likewise, the same for a lot of the weeb gacha games like Genshin and stuff. Alright, I think I recovered from my mistake earlier. Run's probably gonna die here anyway. This boss coming up next is artificially hard. He likes to spam these mud pillars that like go non-stop. You can't really dodge them. It's pretty jank. It's usually where my runs die, is right here. I've gotten past this boss. I got to the boss after this on Nightmare, but nice. He cooperated. Alright, I ended that fight in pretty good state. Alright, let's see if I can get past the next boss. The bosses can get bursted down really quick with this build, but the regular enemies can completely destroy you. Some balance this game is a little lopsided. The swarms of enemies can be really hard to deal with, but then bosses can just get annihilated really quick. What's the best thing to take off here? Oh yeah, this isn't helping me at all. Alright, good. So I got 4 vulnerability. Yeah, it's actually a pretty sweet glass cannon build. Let me try to get some levels here, maybe. ROG Ally X seems decent. Apparently it actually has pretty good battery life, but I'm just not really interested because it's not enough of a generational leap. Battery life is a big problem with portable PCs, but like also they're all close enough in power. Major difference is like the battery life. Battery life and the operating system, but the operating system really doesn't matter that much. It really depends on what you're trying to do with it. If you just want to play stuff that's on Steam, Steam Deck is more than fine. But if you want to get into modding and like playing service games and emulators and stuff, a lot of times the competitors are going to be a lot easier to work with. I have my Steam Deck set up with like tons of mods and stuff, but it definitely was not trivial to do. It took a lot of effort. Things that are really easy on Windows are like really hard to do on Steam Deck. be very frustrating. What kind of capture card do I use? Honestly, like, almost never use the capture card anymore. Because I pretty much have transitioned off console completely. I, like, don't do any console gaming anymore. I stopped as soon as I got the Steam Deck. Steam Deck's got pretty much all the same games as the Switch, but they run better. There's just, like, not much reason. But I have a Elgato HD 60S Plus. Last time I seriously used it was when I got my Steam Deck, so quite a while ago. Like I just mentioned, using a capture card with the Steam Deck can paint an unrealistic picture of how the game will actually run, so I personally have been avoiding it. It's not because of laziness or anything. Time I could see myself using capture card. Actually, I used capture card for the Gundam Breaker 4 test. That was the last time I actually used it. I don't know, it feels like capture cards are less relevant now than they used to be. It used to be pretty much required to run a decent sized YouTube channel like mine, you know, at least a couple thousand subscribers. But now you don't really need one. You just want to record and you don't care about gaining a following. PS5 and Xbox capturing is good enough. Only exception, I'd say, is if you're a Nintendo gamer, because Switch doesn't really have good capturing. You can only do 30 seconds. No, I'm playing on PC. I only play this on Steam Deck when I'm at my neighbor's house working. I'm not there tonight. This game runs perfectly on Steam Deck, if that's what you're asking. It runs great. This is a great Steam Deck game, because it runs perfectly. I mean, I sure as hell would hope it would, because it's a pixel art indie game, but if you have a Switch in 2024, you know that the Switch can barely run pixel art games like this anymore. So... Yeah, that's what I don't like about this game, is the bosses can often just spam attacks where you can't hit them. There's no patterns in this game at all. They kind of just do what they want. That's alright. I'm less good at the bosses in the second half. Yeah, I feel kind of cheated there. He kept spamming ads and running away. Alright, well, let's play something else. I don't feel like doing another run. I said I was going to do another run if the run didn't get far, but that was past the second half. So, like, yeah. If it had died really abruptly before I got a run started, I would do another one, but... It's not like there's any rush to beat the game anyway, because there's not any content past... There's how many bosses left after that point? If I beat that boss, there's 2 more full biomes. So 2 more bosses, and then the game ends. So, it's whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and switch games. I've been playing this a lot offline. I don't really like molding on early access games because they're gonna make the game a lot easier, and they're going to add more stuff. So it's like, I do a couple attempts of that game a day, and if they go sour, I just play something else. That's kind of how I've been running this channel in the first place lately. Not getting so frustrated. If I feel like I'm getting frustrated, I just kind of stop. I've got a low frustration threshold due to my anxiety, and the only thing I can really do... I can't make that go away. You can kind of mitigate it by just... when I get triggered. I get triggered to just stop playing or switch games. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little chrono triggered. That run had potential, but the boss was kind of trolling me a little bit. That's also why I don't play team-based games. I actively avoid those because I know I'm easily frustrated, and that's part of the reason why playing those games is so miserable, because there are definitely a non-zero amount of people playing Overwatch and League that are no different than me. They just won't admit it. Like, dude, if you're easily frustrated, you shouldn't play. You shouldn't play team-based games, period, as far as I'm concerned. You're gonna lash out at somebody, and you're gonna really regret what you said. And, like, the easiest thing to avoid that is just, you know, not playing shit like that. That's what I choose to do. I'm willing to bet most of the people that play those games, like, don't realize they shouldn't be playing them. Well, we got a problem here. The button's not working. I'm on a side controller right now, as my other one is dying.
Prepare to fight. Is nigh. Shatter it. At last we win. Those beasts were tenacious.
You should have a look at my limited offers.
No time to talk. I want to trade.
Have you stumbled upon some old toys? I'd know someone to sell them to and can pay you more than... You don't need that anymore? Good. I needed that anyway. I needed that anyway. Happy to buy this. Happy to buy this. Come back if you need anything else.
Alright, I think I'm gonna go all in on this build because it's very close to the end of the game. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight. It's kind of got a bit too far to go, but I don't know. I'm probably just gonna look up a guide for where stuff is because the open world in this game is not great. It's kind of more like Sonic Frontiers. It's more like open zone. Problem is that the map is like not always very clear on where things actually are. It's kind of what I don't like about the map in this game is like they have like a feature to, you know, the deity that you travel with. You have like a feature to track where things are, but it's like not very good. I don't know if I want to bother with that. I don't want to have that be a crutch. That's already maxed out. Yeah, I'm gonna grab this. Alright, what do we got for rank 3? This setup's actually pretty good. Pearl Clother and Meadow Synth. Let's see if this guy's got those.
Have you got the art?
No time to talk.
Have you stumbled upon some old toys? I'd know someone to sell them to and can pay you more than on other occasions for them. This is of the best quality.
This guy sucks, he doesn't have it. Oh well.
I'm hoping to deal with you again soon.
Let's craft some of these. What does he got for tier 3? Oh wow. That's pretty good with my current build. What else we got for tier 3? Alright, I think that's almost everything maxed out. Going all in on this build because there's not much game left. Yeah, this is maxed. Let's max too. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with this for the rest of the game. And oh yeah, I need Meadow Synth for this. I don't know where those are.
If we go too far, we would give our enemy the chance to recuperate. Done yet. Changing tactics, I see. More parts for me to dismantle.
This will change once Thelos is gone. We will still need to collect the artifact.
secret passage.
It is near the throne room.
So the gauntlet has been found by an unnamed. Fate, it seems, has a sense of irony. Mallory failed. This new gauntlet bearer must not. Do they know, I wonder, how heavy their burden really is?
There's a cave down there. This must lead to the sunken city.
Okay, you gonna do it? You won't do it. Hello? Hello? Thank you. Just checking his phone. The thing that was confusing about that is the part of the story right now, you're trying to upgrade the gauntlet to break the chains of the sun god or whatever, but like, he wasn't doing it, so I wasn't sure if this was locked for later or what. Very weird. I want to assume there's something worth doing here.
Looks like a part of the sunken city. Maybe the Queen has left some traces here.
Alright, Clive.
Oh, how I loathe my role in this broken world.
There are shards here. I can feel them
Alright,
now.
I was right.
They might be somewhere we couldn't reach before.
For some reason, they got the guy that does Clive in Final Fantasy 16 to redub this game. I mean, I could get it. He's a really good voice actor.
Condense into an essence stone.
But I don't know.
This
It's like,
makes
did you
me
really need to
wonder.
do that?
Can the wraiths themselves
rest of the
be
stuff
made
was
from
enough.
these essence stones?
Wait, did I just, like, screw something up? I've already been here. What was the point of that? What? What was the purpose of that? I already did this. Actually, I'm not really a big fan of exploring stuff. Everything looks the same in this game. Everything is a different variety of brown. It's like a PS3 game. PS3 360 era. Like, I don't get what the point of that was. I thought it was taking me to a new area, but it's the same place I've already been to before. Wish they would just mark them on the map. Just tell me where to go. It's not like this open world is very big, but you kind of don't move very fast, so it definitely gets on my nerves sometimes. Like, this guy doesn't run very quick. Unless there's sanded plants. Otherwise, he's very slow. They could have made traversal a little bit more interesting. For how much running you do. I guess not every game can be Spider-Man. I'm just gonna look up a guide for where these last shards are, because I'm drawing a complete blank. I'm kind of running out of things to do in the open world. A lot of it doesn't really seem to do much, so I don't care to really interact with it. I don't understand what the purpose of that was, at all. It did absolutely nothing. Same place I was already at. Like, I didn't need to go through this fancy area to do that. Like, what was the purpose of this? It's just more useless. So more useless
I met
lore
Valerie
items.
again yesterday.
Don't do anything.
She finally discovered Niall's existence and said that they spoke to her briefly. She could only
Oh, okay,
hear
it
that
was
they
for a
are
side
imprisoned and the gauntlet can be used to break the seal.
I don't don't care.
So the Queen and Valerie worked together all this time.
Let's find out where these shards are. I'm starting to lose patience. Come on, button, work. Hello? Thank you. Kinda wish they just did not make you do this. It's like you get... It's weird, they like give you a power, but then... Oh, you need to upgrade this. I'm like, can you just like end the game? Can you just end the game? Why do you need to pad it out like this? I don't understand the purpose of padding it out more. And it's like, for what? To get a bunch of useless trinkets and then end the game. Like, you could just give me the final dungeon, like, right now. The game's kind of blown its load on bosses already. And fighting the same monsters over and over. Definitely feels like we want to make the game longer, but like we don't want to actually make
Let me help you see.
we don't want to make like actual meaningful content, so we gotta run around and do errands. It's like the Triforce in Wind Waker. Yeah, we just don't feel like really making the rest of the game, so you need to do this really long, tedious fetch quests to get to, like, actual content again. That's pretty much what Wind Waker was. Least thinly veiled padding. You know, you've already seen everything that's worthwhile in the game at that point. We're just, making it last longer. Go sail around in that slow-ass ship for another 6 hours. Alright, maybe it's over here. Alright, I think we're onto something here. Alright, can you open the thing, please? Thank you. Think real hard about it. Alright, good. Progress.
One more shard. Soon we will be strong enough.
Let's see where this last one is.
The Wraiths are...
I will. Let me help you see.
It's kind of weird, like, they don't even really require fights. They're just kind of... here. I really don't know where the other one is. Probably over here somewhere. Is that the only place I haven't fully explored?
Prepare to fight.
controller had to break now when I have no money. So damn annoying. It got right stick drift after using it for like 6 months. It's like no one knows how to make a controller anymore. Such bullshit. The controller just disconnected for no reason. It's like, can you like not make controllers that last more than 6 months? Can't believe how shitty they are now. Can't even handle like being adult owned and only used a couple hours a day, if even that. 6 months they're already broken. All the controllers are like that now. Complete garbage, unreliable.
Let me show you what I see.
That sucks. That was a relatively easy challenge, too. Got screwed over because the controller decided it wanted to disconnect. It's nice when games just pause when the controller goes out, but it's on a case-to-case basis. A lot of times just like, nope, the character's gonna run off into the middle of nowhere and your run is toast. I might have to switch to my Switch Pro controller. I just hate the D-pad on that thing, so kind of don't like using it that much, but specifically for situations like this where I don't have my main controller is dying. These controllers give out either like the buttons stop working or this is the first time one of these controllers I've gotten has gotten stick drift though. Right stick drift is really bad. It's basically like unusable for 3D games. 2D games it's still fine. Primarily playing a 3D game right now. It's like really crappy. Should be fine for Gundam Breaker though. Spare controller. Oh man, you're gonna make me do one of these, really? I don't want to do one of these. The way this game pads makes you do these jumping puzzles. I don't want to do a puzzle, man. How many times do I need to do this? Padding, padding, padding. I'm gonna make you, wait as long as possible to have another decent fight. And then they get in the way and spawn while you're doing this too. Come on, can you do this faster, please? It takes them so long to do that. They spawn enemies that bother you while you're doing it. Oh, come on, man. Like, no, you can't just go to the dungeon and fight a boss. You gotta do these crappy puzzles that aren't fun. No fun allowed. Get up there quick, dude. I don't want to do this again. got a lot of jumping for... platforming for jumping that doesn't feel that great. Jumping in this game is really weighty. It's not like really Twitch platforming. Alright, there we go. You also can't fast travel from, you can't fast travel from anywhere in this game, which is another way that it kind of has pointless padding. Like, what reason is there that you can't fast travel from anywhere? There is no reason. Big chunk of doing this game, and playing through this game, is getting back to the fast travel points. As they, like, don't give you that many. It's really strange. It's like with all the things that they updated, they didn't do that. Yeah, you can't teleport to it. It just makes a waypoint. It's like thanks and yes. I don't need a waypoint. Just let me teleport there. An odd design choice. Improve the game so much, but then like. Still kind of arbitrarily able to backtrack a lot.
This was a decent challenge. Now shatter them for good. An anvil must be nearby. The gauntlet resonates with it.
The elite enemy just kind of disappeared. What? Because I had the audacity to use the save point. The elite boss just kind of went on lunch break. Alright. Cool. Went to use the potty break. Random. Alright, can you, like, do this, please? It's like the prompt for it doesn't show up sometimes. Come on, do it. game is pretty cool about collision, though. I'll give it that. Like, you can actually jump on more things than you normally can in games like this, where your character just like arbitrarily won't like cling on to stuff. This guy is pretty competent. He actually does. He actually does have collision with, like, most things. There's very few invisible walls in this game, which is one of its biggest strong points. The open world isn't very interesting, but, you know, if you see something, you can pretty much jump on it. So, there isn't just, like, one way to get places, for the most part, which is pretty cool. It's kind of got that Sonic Frontiers problem, where it's just, like, a big expanse of nothing. So, going through it extended periods of time can get pretty boring. A lot of the places that don't just look like a desert
There.
are, like, pretty
The
short-lived.
knights have already arrived.
They will have killed the wraiths around the chain.
Oh, I hate this boss. I don't want to fight that. Boss is mad annoying. Basically just a puzzle boss. Very boring to fight repeatedly. Getting their mileage out of this boss. Like the 6th time I fought it. It wasn't fun. Yeah, you can go ahead and despawn. I don't want to fight you.
Human. You will pay for destroying the Holy Sundial.
That voice. Morath. Thelos has taken Morath as a vessel.
So this god is vulnerable.
No. Thelos is ever powerful. Be careful.
Nice to meet you. You got more dudes over here to bash. is getting on my nerves. Come on, you know the controller is connected. Such a pain in the ass to use, and the D-pad sucked. Guess I don't have a choice. Switch Pro Controller D-pad is barely better than the 360 D-pad.
You should know your place, unnamed. What can you hope to accomplish?
Ora! Thelos has deceived you!
He does not hear you. Come back later, but our foes will return.
Another group of knights. They must have fought hard.
Their cause is our cause now. Wow. Gauntlet's power really is a sight to see. We're counting on you.
Here. I don't know if I'm gonna get docked for not doing that side quest or not. Of course not. Like I said, there's a arbitrary limit on fast traveling. You can't just like teleport there. Even though this is like the kind of game where it actually makes sense, because you know you have like godly powers with the gauntlet. like why can't your guy just like teleport wherever? There's no reason why he can't. It really feels like deliberate padding. It's like optional to go over there. I'm like, yeah, but it takes several minutes of backtracking. That makes me not want to do it. If I could just fast travel anywhere, there were at least like more points to do it from. Doing that stuff would be a lot less frustrating. Yeah, in a game where your guy has
You cannot
like
succeed.
cosmic level powers,
Only death
he can't do
awaits
it.
you.
I do not fear you, Thelos.
You fight for all humankind.
Gauntlet Bearer, you're finally awake. You crushed the chains.
Sir.
Kendra ordered the troops to immediately... I carried you...
Thank you, friend.
Be careful. Take this essence.
Thank you. I bid you farewell.
There's an anvil right here. Let me, check the guide really quick. See where the other armors are. Because I would like to at least do that once before I play the game again. Check really quick. Let me save. Especially with the controller being as jacked up as it is right now. Making the game... That's the real thing that's frustrating. It's not really the game, it's... jacked up controller situation right now. All armors. Alright. Alright, I guess I just keep going.
Niall, I have...
This world is dying, drained of its essence.
I have missed your...
No more.
You could not. You...
I...
So,
You?
I just hope Solia will be...
Solia? The Queen?
Long has she served Thelos. In secret, she helped those who opposed them. Valerie, so she sent caravans near the Gauntlet, and this up.
I will make sure the knights treat her fairly.
The priest order had... But Solia, she wanted you to have this armor. Maybe we will...
The Black Arms. Thelos realm. It has been an eternity since I have seen this.
You said the knights went ahead.
Yes. I respect their courage, but they will not have a chance against Thelos.
They won't fight alone. They have us. It is desolate.
Yes. This is what a land drained of essence looks like.
What are those lights?
Another obstacle. They emanate immense power. Power to protect Thelos.
We must destroy them.
If we want to confront
Look, we need
the
another
crazed
extra
god,
hour of game time
I also sense
to appease the
mortal
reviewers.
near the Watcher. It is Mora.
You thought you were just gonna get a
Thelos now
dungeon? Nah.
controls his mind.
No, you gotta go
and
do more
his
tasks.
soul.
A fool is easily possessed.
Let us advance to those pillars of light. They are powering this wall of fire.
First, we must talk to the knights. I would know their plan.
I'm confused. Did she call?
I miss you, sister. Every single moment of every single day. Behind every thought of war, there is you. Beyond every...
I did not think so many would come. Amor.
This is it. Why don't you take a look at my... I saw a swarm of wraiths ambush our troops near the watchtower. They were pulled into the quicksand. So many deaths.
I am relieved.
Your success so far.
We are determined to confront. My scouts can't get close to the central. Also, there are two strange beams. My troops are... Perhaps they now...
Did Arif?
He turned his despair. He is somewhere in the camp.
I will take my...
We are all count...
Why couldn't we send a few knights back with the wounded? We need them here.
Holy moly, this is really expensive. They're both the same price. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why they just didn't do that from the first place. Didn't really make much sense to me. We're not in the era of the mid to late 90s where they always felt like they had to remove Japanese stuff from games because they thought that we're too stupid to understand it. You know, like... We're in an era where you can just put out a Japanese game, you know, completely Japanese in like every way, and like people will still play it. I never really understood why they felt that they had to not bring that over. But I'm pretty sure the game bombing, because of that, being Switch exclusive, and then Japanese exclusive as well. The game doesn't have too much reading. I played it for a couple hours. It's not like an insane amount of reading, but it's enough to turn people off.
Before the sun
It's like, just why didn't you just make that
the whole squad was
localized
excited
from the
to get
first
here.
place?
And the sun gods
Doesn't make
realm.
much sense.
Now half of them are gone. Missing or deserted. This place is a corpse land. Nothing but death and decay. Wraiths are everywhere. Thelos's power burns so brightly here, it is hard to look upon.
When this is over, I hope.
I also think a part of it too, Albie, is
What is it?
the fact that
Once
Switch has no
Thelos
games
and I
worth
were united,
buying right now.
we created such structures.
Switch is
as
on its
one.
deathbed for sure.
Now,
As much as
this
Nintendo
place
likes to keep
fills me with
denying the existence of a new Switch, the complete lack of worthwhile games to play is very apparent. It's just made even worse if you have like a Steam Deck. They've got like way more stuff to play. This objective is pretty boring. I can't use my actives. Typical thing is supposed to make the game harder, but it makes it not fun.
Challenge,
There we go.
but we are the victors.
Yeah, that was a very unfun challenge. Just take away the thing that makes the game fun. Classic video game stuff. It's not hard, it's just boring. There's a difference. I think I only have like one more of those left.
There. Another rift.
No, I don't feel like
I
doing
must
that right
dive
now.
deeper.
I'm gonna try to finish the game this stream, but it just keeps padding itself out more and more and more. Instead of just giving you a final dungeon, they make you do a lot of padding. Starting to get old. The game kind of... I wouldn't say it lost its luster, but you've had to do a lot of fetch quests. I was kind of hoping I'd just go straight to the dungeon, but no. More padding. At least there's a bunch of stuff to fight here. Try to max out my armor while I do this at least. Some benefit out of the padding. Only need 8,000 more. Hopefully this padding will yield 8,000 more essence dust. Yeah, they really want you to just do a lot of menial tasks at the end of this game. Like, can you just give me a dungeon? Can you just give me a dungeon?
This door is...
All these
Why?
They are...
Why didn't you come down when we asked you to?
It's like you spend all this time getting the thing to power up your gauntlet, and then the game tells you, no, you need to go do that again. Like, dude, why, man? You don't even get, like, 10 minutes of feeling like you have a fully powered character, and you have to do this again. It's like, why? The game really need to be this much longer? Classic video game padding. And like, the game is still fun, but it's making you do things that aren't fun. There's another one after this too, spoilers. boss again? Come on, man. Really making me want to log off this game for tonight. Same annoying boss over and over. More and more padding. Instead of just letting me fight the final boss after building it up so long. Can the game just end? I think a lot of action games have this problem. It's like the game is not bad. It's a really great game, but the padding in this is a little bit overbearing sometimes. Gotta do a lot of collect quests. Be alright, it'll be worth it. Can max out the armor. Get something out of this padding.
Prepare to fight.
Controller! It's like every time I get to a fight, it stops. Controller always breaks when I'm broke. Never does it when I have money.
Challenge, but we are the victors.
Oh, I forgot to get the stuff. I can't believe this game didn't have New Game Plus. This game didn't have New Game Plus at launch, despite having, like, heavy RPG mechanics, just, like, kind of not there. I kind of question why. I looked up a bunch of build videos before I bought this game. Like, you know, this game looks kind of cool. It's a little janky, but I don't need AAA polish to enjoy a game. Then I was looking at the build guides and like there's no New Game Plus. Like, why do you not have that? I have RPG mechanics and builds and stuff. That should be like the first thing you know. Not these enemies again. Enemy variety in this game also sucks. There's enemies that are fun to fight, and then there's these guys. They're just completely unfun. I mean, when are worms ever fun to fight in video games? Pretty much never. Worm fights are always about how long they can go underground and not let you fight them. It's like if you're not going to have that many enemy types, you shouldn't make them so annoying to fight. Get by with a couple if they aren't super obnoxious. And I'm definitely tired of these worms. Time wasters. Area is so big. Can I just fight the boss and end the game? Come on, man. Not everything needs to be this long. Especially since they're making it like less and less fun with the quicksand that stops you from going fast. I don't know, man. If you don't have money to end the game in an interesting way, then just like end it quicker. Padding extraordinaire. This place is even more barren than the rest of the desert. But they're forcing it on you. Which way do I go, man? Like, nope, you can't just fight the boss. You need to do the same thing you've been doing for several hours. Fighting the same enemies over and over. And getting lost. Not sure if I want to play this game again, honestly. Maybe if they let you skip all this shit. It's fun when you just get to fight. There's just a lot of padding in this game. Load has been blown ages ago, but the game is still going. Only the most annoying enemies and traversal limiters in the end. I think we could have tuned this up a little bit. Like, make this less long. Get to the point quicker. But it got this long, they can't refund it anyway. Then you make it a little bit more enjoyable. Please don't do that again. Good. It's like well past the refund period. You don't need to pad the game out anymore. GameStop trade-in value for this game is probably like $3.
Up there, the energy source.
Yes. Only took 20 minutes to get here. This game's got a little bit of Wind Breaker in it. It's like it's a really good game, but there's blatant padding, and not everybody has the stamina to put up with it.
I cannot believe what has become of this verdant forest. The essence harvest robs the land of its vitality. Once it is mined from the earth withers. All this just to keep me entombed.
This is not your fault. And when Thelos is gone, well, the land may finally heal.
Oh, come on, man. Just end. Just end. It's getting exhausting and annoying. I don't know why games have to do this. You don't have any new enemies to fight or anything, then, like, just end the game. It's starting to feel like Tales of Arise. This game's got better combat than Arise, but this is the exact same problem the end of that game had. It's a really long, exhausting dungeon with, like, not much new. The enemy variety problem is definitely identical to Arise, though. It's like a couple enemy types, and most of them just get... They don't even really get recycled. Exactly the same, just with increased stats. Come on, man. Can't just give me like a boss rush. That would actually be fun. This is not fun. This is, we need to get more runtime out of this game, even though we've run out of interesting things to do. Went through the entire enemy roster, minus the final boss, ages ago. Let's just pad out the game so you don't want to play it again. I don't understand how to get up there. Alright, I guess I need to do another jumping puzzle because I have not done enough of those already. This is Atlas Fallen. This game is fun, but it's got a padding problem. There's way too much padding in this game. It's one of those games that's like not that long, but the way that it pads itself makes you exhausted. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now. This game should have ended like 3 hours ago. It's padding itself out to an insane amount and making you do things that aren't fun. Alright, how do I get up there? Dude, this game is getting on my nerves. It's like, no, we don't want to make an actual dungeon. We want you to waste time doing this. For some reason, they thought in the last 10% of the game there needed to be an open field with even less things to do on it. It's like just really, really large for no particular reason. It's not particularly packed with activities. It's always weird when games like do stuff like this at the end. It's like, you know, if somebody gets this far, they're pretty likely to finish it. Highly likely. Not really much reason to like really pad the game out like this at this point. You're already at least 10, 15, maybe even 20 hours in. Like, just make the end smooth. But yeah, the end of this game feels a little bit like Wind Waker. It's like things are going at a pretty decent pace, and then it like just kind of slows down to a crawl with very obvious padding. I think I'll try to finish it this stream, though. Hopefully it won't take too long.
You should fear the
Copium.
power that we have together.
I say the problem with this game's padding is there's not a lot of enemies. They did add more in this major overhaul update, but like there's still not many enemies in this game, so you tend to fight them over and over, and they don't really change much. There are a couple fights where they do change significantly, but for the most part, fighting, not even recolors. Combat's fun. The builds are fun too. Game's just getting a little long in the tooth, that's all. Definitely played my fair share of awful final dungeons in my gaming career. This is nowhere near that, but it's still longer than it needs to be. I've played through some real shit endgame dungeons in my time. More than I'd like to admit. Unhealthy amounts. I think that was what was great about the first Tales of Xillia, was the fact that they knew they had no money to finish the game, so the last dungeon is literally just a straight line to the boss, and some people were complaining about that. I'm like, you know this game's unfinished, right? Tales of Xillia 1 is not a finished game by any definition. The game is very unfinished. I think they understood that when they got that far in development. Like, we're just gonna not do a final dungeon. Yeah, about the final dungeon, sorry, we didn't feel like making it. But by that point, I was already like kind of burnt out, so it didn't bother me. Controller stopped working. Fuck. Grinding can be fun if you progress at a good rate, meaning the game actually respects your time. The problem with a lot of grindy games is that they don't respect your time, so you end up just like playing and not feeling like you're making any progress. Yeah, I like grindy games. I like grindy games, but a lot of times they have like a fun gameplay loop, but you spend too much time like not doing anything, getting any progress. Surprised how many like single player you know, offline games have
one source of power down. We are one step closer.
They have
to
grinding
facing
worse than
Thelos.
gacha
Let
games.
us reach the
I've played my fair share of those too. I'm like, dude, this is a one-time like purchase game. And the grind is worse than a gacha game. Like, how do you get to that point? There's a lot of games like that where, like, they don't have a pity system and the grind is, like, really bad. And, like, you're legit better off playing a gacha game, because at least in a gacha game, if you play long enough, or you spend money, whichever your personal preference is, then, you know, you will get what you want. So where's the other one? Let me check the map first. Is this actually going to help me, or am I going to have to do more padding? It's up this direction. Yeah, I think I'll take the anvil and just go up here. It's like that Suicide Squad game, feeling really shitty.
Hail, Gauntlet.
What is happening?
We've been unsuccessful. Hopefully or maybe you can.
Have you learned how to...
There are these strange... They seem...
I'll try to open the gate.
Oh no, I can't open it yet. I need to do more padding. Great.
You can't walk at all.
Surely if we just...
Suicide Squad game just feels like completely, like Suits just wanted that game, but like Rocksteady didn't want to make it. Apparently that's the story with Suicide Squad, was that like the people that are actually making the game knew that it was going to bomb, and it was not something that people actually wanted. But, you know, Warner Brothers thought it was going to make them billions of dollars, and it didn't. They lost $200 million on that game. Quite literally a box office bomb for a video game. They like spent a ton of money on something, and they thought that it was gonna be a big profit for them, and it wasn't. Because people... They wanted another Batman game. They did not want another generic shooter. And then what makes it worse is the story pisses off everybody who like either grew up with the Batman games or just has a really big soft spot for them. Maybe those games helped them through tough times. I've definitely had game franchises I really love that have turned to shit. Those games got me through a rough time and they're garbage now. I totally get that. I think what's worse is like the story is really bad too, so even if you're cool with the shift to being a shooter, like the gameplay sucks and the story sucks, it's not a particularly good shooter. It's got Borderlands loot for the sake of having Borderlands loot. Yeah, I wish they would just like stop making Resident Evil games and make other stuff again. We haven't had a mainline Final Fight for 29 years. Can you like not make a Resident Evil game for 1 second? I think what's worse about Resident Evil is that it's just like we're staying in the same canon, and the characters are all like 60 years old now. And still doing like backflips and fighting entire armies of zombies and werewolves and shit.
End your life. Thelos barrier shield.
It like desperately needs a reboot.
Up there,
they need to like completely reboot it. It's starting to get ridiculous. Like, how many zombie outbreaks can you have before like society ceases to function? That's my question. We've had like, what, like 9 zombie outbreaks at this point? This game's padding is getting on my nerves, like, just end! I wasn't listening to the dialogue, I don't know what it wants me to do. Just end, man, give me the final boss. I'm fighting the same 10 enemies for hours now. You don't have anything left interesting for me to do, then just end the game. No, do I have to fight them or what? Can I get a little, like, objective or something? I just fought this guy like a minute ago. Now there's 2 of them, great. It's so hard to just end the game when you've blown your load. Same enemy over and over. That didn't kill him. Still alive somehow. I was hoping I could just skip these guys. These better be a forced fight. I want to end this game tonight, but it just doesn't want to stop. This is too long. Exhausting. Working. God damn it! Fucking controller! Stop doing that! So goddamn annoying. Every time I'm in a fight, it does that. Pissing me the hell off. Controller broke when I have no money. Stop fucking doing that. Break for a rich person, somebody who actually makes money, so not me. YouTube pays me dirt, despite how hard I work, I make no money. Pay my bills right now. Just die. I can't believe they're still alive. Just refusing to die. Just die already, please. Thank you. Watch, I didn't have to do that. I need to go do other padding. There's 2 elite bosses there for nothing. Nope, that wasn't what I needed to do. They just have big HP sponge bosses here for nothing. Come on, man! I wanted to end this game tonight, but it just won't end. What the fuck does it want me to do? I killed everything. He won't go over there. How hard is it to just make a dungeon? An actual dungeon that's like 10 minutes instead of this. Sucking the fun out of the game. This game was fun. It's not anymore. This won't fucking end. Then where's the energy source? What the fuck does it want me to do? Why put those guys there if they're not gonna open? I don't understand what it wants me to do. He won't fucking go. Only thing it's telling me is to go there, but then it says, oh, you need to go do more padding. Why? Been fighting the same 4 enemies for hours. Let me look up a guide. I'm starting to lose patience with this game. course, the first search result is Fextra Life. Fuck Fextra Life. Garbage guide site. Fextra Life, the only thing that they do is they make garbage wikis that aren't even they make garbage wikis that aren't even complete, and they put their Twitch stream on the page. They put their Twitch stream on the page, and it greatly inflates their viewer count. They actually got in trouble for that. Twitch actually cracked down on them doing that, which I find really funny. Because, like, you could always tell going into a Fextra Life stream that there are not that many people watching. Because a stream with, like, 10 to 20,000 viewers does not only have a few people talking. With that many people, regardless of how chill your community is, I mean, a lot of what's it called? Large channels are like very, they're a cesspool. But what doesn't make sense to me is they had so many viewers and no one was ever talking. Okay, so I guess I screwed something up. Alright, I think I know what to do now. No, that's the precise thing about Fextra Life that was always really shady. Is like, no one was in the chat at all. No one was chatting. The chat activity would be like, not much more than I get on a good day. You know, if I'm streaming like something popular that people want to see, meaning like a new Muso game or something. Like, the chat activity I have is like what they would have most of the time, despite having like 30,000 times the viewers I get. Like, no one talking. Yeah, they actually got trouble for that. Twitch cracked down on it, and they like didn't actually say that they did it because of Fextra Life, but it was blatantly obvious because they were the ones that were abusing it the most. Now, on one hand, I understand that, like, no one wants to watch ads, and ads are really fucking annoying, and they need to make it sustainable. The problem is that they don't even finish their wikis. Their wikis are legit unfinished. They crap out wikis, like, frame 1, when a game is new. You know, they'll have, like, an Elden Ring guide, like, frame 1. And it has, like, decent stuff for like the start of the game, but then they don't actually update it. The only thing that they're really after is being on the top of the search results. That's the only thing that Fextra Life wanted. They want to be the first thing when you search on Google. That's their only objective. They do not want anything else. Good example, one of my first experiences with them was Neo 2. They had a Neo 2 guide up like frame 1, but they like didn't update it for any of the DLC, so...
Why didn't you come down
There is a wealth of research to be done on these.
It was useful for like 2 months. Maybe not even that. Even that's being generous. But you know, if you type in Neo 2 guide, it's the first thing that appears, so they got a lot of traffic from that. But yeah, they're scumbags. I don't really blame the people that work for them. I think it's just the people that are in charge and making most money are really greedy. But their guides are basically useless. A channel like mine can provide better information than they do. Which is sad. I have a fraction of the resources. I'm only one person. I don't have anybody helping me with this.
The walls are still standing. Ancient walls. I remember them.
More memories. You are recovering, Niall.
Once I knew every city in every land.
And so you will again.
No, Max Roll is a good site. They put stuff up frame 1, but they actually update it. That's the thing. If Max Roll was like Vextra Life, they would have stopped with Diablo 4 after the first season. It would have stopped real quick. That's exactly the problem with Vextra Life, is they take over the search results, but they're actually like the site that can help you the least. Especially if the game gets any semblance of post-launch content, you know, DLC or expansion packs or free updates. And there's nothing wrong with Max Roll. Max Roll's got nag screens for ad blockers, but I totally get it. They put in work. They provide a useful resource. If I started playing Diablo 4 again, I probably would just pay for premium.
I am almost
They deserve
done.
it.
Your effort is commendable.
Vextra Life is the opposite. Vextra Life would have dropped Diablo 4 after, like, the first month. Be at the top of the search result and have, like, information that's not even applicable anymore because the game's been through a year of updates. But yeah, like with Neo 2, the Vextra Life wiki is terrible. I think they only have a handful of guides that are, like, actually, worth reading or using. Yeah, the Atlas Fallen guide that they have on Vextra Life is not even finished. It's like the first thing that appears.
Good. We can reach the source, but careful. I do not know what is waiting for us.
Do you think the humans from the swamp lived here originally?
I know for a fact that some did. Here lived scholars of soils and plants. They asked me for great power. I was the god of freedom.
I think if you go on there now, they're not allowed to Twitch cracked down on forced embeds on sites because it was inflating viewership. And like I said, if you ever went on Vextra Life, the actual stream, if you clicked on it on their site, there was never not enough people in there chatting for that many viewers. Even a chat of like 1,000, 2,000 viewers could be like unreadable. So the fact that they had like 13,000 viewers or whatever, and no one in there is chatting, the chat would be about as active as mine on a good day. Like, yeah, something's up here. I get that you have to make sites around the fact that most people are going to block ads because ads have gotten so obnoxious, but I don't know if cheating the system is doing them any favors. It made people, like, stop actively searching out for guides. Could say the same for fandom as well. Fandom doesn't embed Twitch streams, but what they do is they bought out like every other wiki site, and the only thing that fandom could give offers over those old sites is just having 1,000 more ads to the point where it's unusable. Have you ever tried to go on a fandom wiki? Tried to go on a fandom wiki on mobile? It like legit uses up so much memory on your phone, because there's like 50 ads on every page. It's unusable. You know, the Dead Cells developers, bless their hearts, they actually paid for a wiki. They paid for wiki space to not have to use fandom, but fandom is still the first search result. Fandom is just like unusable user experience. Fandom is we want maximum profit, and we don't care if anybody like can't actually use our site. Not concerned about the usability of their site at all. About how much money they can make off ads. The fandom is legit unusable without ads. It's really funny how unusable it is. It's just inundated with ads. Like, no, I don't care about Deadpool and Wolverine, alright? If I cared, I would have already watched it. Stop showing me ads for that. I don't care. Marvel's really desperate to get people to watch movies again. So people got tired of them. No, this game is good. It's just got a lot of padding. If I play through this game again, it'll be a lot shorter.
Your struggle is futile. Your end inevitable.
Come.
Yeah, this game has like
Find out which of us will
the amount of enemies of like Final Fight, but it's like 20 times longer. It's kind of the problem. They did add more enemies, so it's a little bit better than it was pre-patch. But yeah, the enemy variety doesn't match with the length of the game. Speedrun's like 3 hours. So you can get through this quick. It's just the first time you're gonna get lost and get frustrated. Kinda like most games. I'm still enjoying this game a lot, but this ending's getting a little long in the tooth.
Incredible. The Wraith's powers shift with each strike to its core. barrier is no more. We have to do this. Everyone is counting on us.
This game is, it's weird because it's like the open world is not big, but there's lots of little small things that add up that make it padded out. For one, you cannot fast travel unless you actually get to a fast travel point, which is like the most blatant thing that they should have fixed. You should be able to just fast travel from anywhere. I mean, in any game where that would actually make sense in the lore, it's this. It's kind of like what they did in the last couple Yakuza games, where you could just like call an Uber from your phone. You know, it makes sense, right? Why do you have to actually find a taxi? The games are set in modern day, like within the past couple years. But in this game, it's worse. It's like your guy is capable of teleporting, but only from the fast travel points. And the fast travel points are very sparse, so you end up going through a lot of the same content again. Very odd design choice. Yeah, only from these things can you fast travel. It's like there's no reason for it. You've got a guy with like godly powers. It shouldn't be like that hard for him to just just teleport. Kiryu can do it, and he's just a regular guy that has superhuman strength, but he doesn't have any actual superpowers. This guy can't do it. He's got to be in a very specific spot. Dude, the Power Rangers are better at fast traveling than this guy is. Power Rangers would beat this guy in a race anytime. They teleport to the command center. This guy is struggling to find a fast travel point and getting stopped by enemy spawns. He's gonna let himself get bodied by a bunch of kids.
There should be a castle on that plateau.
Thelos.
Thank you, Gaunt. It is my desire to honor Valerie before we confront.
We must honor the.
We are gathered here. She was a woman. The Gauntlet. She was right. You.
Valerie would have appreciated her.
She was passionate, determined that one day,
We will see to it that her.
for the Knights of Bast,
You would.
you have been instrumental.
I am honored, but we have not prevailed yet.
Together we must end this.
The commander and I will remain. May Nile empower and protect you.
Gauntlet bearer.
So many days.
Yes. Once you.
Now.
I do not need.
You know what, after I beat this game, this is the end of the game, by the way, I'm going to show the Fextra Life wiki for this on stream, so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. The wiki for this game on Fextra Life is as barren as the desert this game takes place in. It's got, like, nothing on it. It's like a blank page with nothing.
The captain is now
Probably people that just put up guides for this from a PS5 with no mic that provide better content than they do.
How small you have become.
little Timmy with a PS5 playing this game can produce better content than them. With no budget, no mic. That's pretty pathetic.
Careful.
Dare come before me. Brave, but foolish. Hardly even worth my time. Come to me, my servant.
What is happening?
Thelos requires a vessel to act on this earth.
You are just an unnamed. You have no right to stand.
Feeble subjects. Inferior beings.
You may think you have power, but your struggle is futile.
Up so much of his health, he went straight into the other phase again. Must mean I have a good build. I made my own build, I didn't look at any guides. on, he's gonna do that again. Really? Oh, never mind, he's dead. GG's. First try, boss fight. Boss got bodied, but I got bodied by the padding. Game clear.
Useless puppet.
Game clear.
Fools! I am the order of this world. I made this world.
No. We made this world, and you destroyed it. I am your prisoner. No more. Let us end this, ancient ally.
So, I don't need this!
That is Thelos' source. Use it. Use it to destroy the Watcher.
Doing. Stop!
You know, I have to say, the fact that he actually had a reason
And with
to not
this,
stop you from doing that big
after centuries,
Common Rider King
the
thing.
Watcher was destroyed.
It's actually pretty cool.
The prison
A lot of
crumbled.
times villains in games and
The essence
kids
cycle was
shows
broken.
and stuff, they'll just like stand
Nile
there and
was
let you
free.
do it. But, like they already established that
Free
like
to
you needed
breathe.
a vessel to
Free
have
to
a
live.
physical form, and he lost that.
Free to rule.
All right,
The
well, I've seen
unthinkable
this.
had happened.
I just kind of want to get the clear save. It's 1 in the morning. Let's see how fun that game is when it actually doesn't pad you out. There you go. Game clear. New Game Plus. Apparently there's actually new stuff on New Game Plus, which kind of makes it forgivable that they didn't have it at launch. Huh. Well, I guess that's it for now. I'll go ahead and drop a copy save here so I can maybe try New Game Plus next stream.
Kendra, we're getting torn apart out there.
Got another 12 days before Gundam Breaker 4 comes out. Might play this again, might... I don't know if I really want to start another game. It's kind of shoehorning myself into having to finish it in
We'll help
like
you in whatever.
less than 2 weeks.
We will patch all of you up.
So I don't know what the next game's gonna be. This game's been in the backlog for like a year, so proud of myself for that. Alright. Yeah, it's right there. Alright, cool. I'll see you guys later. Good night, everybody. The end of this game was definitely a little bit too padded, but it'll be better on a second playthrough. But yeah, I think I might want to like diversify my build a little bit before I go to New Game Plus, or maybe look at some of the really broken builds, since I got a lot of resources. That might be something good to do, so maybe that will be next stream, is finishing that up, I guess. There's a lot of stuff in here to work with, and I have a lot of money to work with as well, so... Alright, folks. I'll see you guys later. Good night, everybody. GG's.